an Oklahoma State lineup hitting .338 as a team. So hits have been hard to come by this weekend, but Oklahoma State certainly capable. First pitch of the day is in. That is ball one. And we are underway. Here's the lineup Benford will face for Coach Kenny Gajewski and the Cowgirls. Talon Edwards in the left-hand batter's box leading off. 1-0 pitch is a called strike one. Claire Tim in left field. She'll bat second. Carly Godwin at first base batting third. Caroline Wong catching batting fourth. Rosie Davis playing second base batting fifth. Michaela Wark in center field batting sixth. Lexi McDonald in right field. She'll bat seventh. Megan Bloodworth playing short batting eighth. And Julian Poulard will be the designated player and bat ninth for the Cowgirls. The pitch was grounded foul wide of first base. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Talon Edwards, who has had as much success hitting against Baylor pitching as anyone this weekend. She is 3 for 7 overall. Now, all three of those hits came on Friday night. Oklahoma State shut out on just one hit yesterday.
Yeah, 3 for 4 Friday night. I mean, she has been a tough out and a great player as a leadoff hitter.
Loop first base side. Step in foul territory. Abby Flores playing first base today makes the grab, and that is out number one. Here is the way Baylor lines up defensively. Shannon Vovoda at third. Presley Pylon at short. Casey West at second. Abby Flores at first base. Sydney Callazos catching. Emily Hott in left. Taylor Strain in center. And Anna Watson in right. That's the defense for the 14th ranked Bears today. Here is Claire Tim to the plate. First pitch lines it foul wide of third base. Tim one hit on the weekend. It was a big one, that 2-run homer in the 8th inning last night that gave the Cowgirls a 4-1 victory. I'm sorry, Friday night.
She swings a big bat. And, I mean, it's hard to talk about just how good offensively they are when we've seen such great pitching, and you just hadn't seen a whole lot of offensive performance this weekend. But, I mean, her numbers speak for themselves, and she's incredible. She got a great bat and showed that off Friday night.
.422 average coming into this game, second best on the team. Grounder to Casey West at second, throw to first. That'll retire Tim. 2 down for the Cowgirls in the first. And Carly Godwin coming to the plate. Godwin, a .389 average on the season.
She was the tough out Friday night, too. I mean, could not put her out. I think she went 3 for 3 Friday night. It's an incredible job in the box. Hard hits yesterday, just never found a hole.
First pitch swinging strike one to Godwin. Freshman for the Cowgirls from North Carolina. Kelly, I'll let you give her hometown. That's yours. There's a grounder to third. Gobbled up by Vovoda. The throw across in time to retire Godwin and the Cowgirls. Benford retired.
Her ERA was .023, and so just came in and towards the end of the game, throws hard. Just a great job for this team.
Taylor Strain leads off. First pitch she sees, grounds it hard to the left side, and she'll be aboard at first base. Let's see how that is ruled. It's a hit for Taylor Strain, and Baylor puts their leadoff hitter of the day on base at first. Taylor Strain now 3 for 8 on the weekend series against the Cowgirls. There's Emily Hott, the Baylor left fielder. 0 for 7 on the weekend against Oklahoma State, 2 previous games. There's Baylor's lineup. Strain leading off, playing center. Hott in left field, batting second. Shaylin Govan, the designated player today, batting third. Sydney Callazos catching, batting fourth. Anna Watson in right field, she'll bat fifth. Abby Flores at first, batting sixth. Casey West playing second base, batting seventh. Shannon Vovoda at third base, she'll bat eighth. And Presley Pylon playing short and batting ninth for Coach Glenn Moore and the Bears. Pitch by Rosenberry, swing and a miss, blew it by her. Pretty good speed on that fastball for the strikeout, and out number one in the first.
I mean, just 3 pitches right there sends Hott down.
scoreboard shows 67 miles per hour on that pitch. So
I believe it.
yeah, it looked like it. Rosenberry delivering there. Here's Shaylin Govan at the plate for the Bears. Baylor's leading hitter on the season, .432 average coming into this game today. 1 home run, 6 RBIs so far in the year for Govan. 0 for 3 on the weekend officially. Pitches up high, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Teams most often pitch very carefully to Shaylin Govan.
Well, and we've noticed too through the weekend, they're pitching cautiously to her, but she also has a great eye too.
That one's up high, runner is going. She is out at second base, Strain trying to steal. And a great throw down from Caroline Wong, the catcher. So the bases are clear, and that's the second out here in the bottom of the first. 3-0 count on Govan. She takes, called strike 1. Our umpires today, Christina Drum back of the plate, Dustin Douglas at first base, Keith Kearney at third base. Going with the short sleeves on a 60-degree sun-splashed afternoon. Pitch is fouled back, a full count now on Shaylin Govan.
Got to think with those dark colors, some short sleeves in the sunshine probably would be good.
Right, right. Rosenberry in the circle. Showed you her numbers, 5-1 record, 0.65 ERA. Here's the 3-2 to Govan. Hit hard into center field, a clean single. First hit of the weekend for Shaylin Govan, a 2-out single in the bottom of the first. And the inning will continue with Sydney Callazos coming up next.
Well, I think that hit right there shows you exactly where you have to pitch with caution to Shaylin Govan. I mean, she's got the size and the power to hit that ball over the wall, but she's just a spray hitter too. I mean, she makes good contact on wherever that ball is pitched.
Callazos 1 for 4 on the weekend against Oklahoma State pitchers. First pitch, strike 1 to her. 229 hitter on the season for Callazos. Caught Friday, played third base yesterday and back behind the plate today. It's ball 1, it's ball and a strike to her. Callazos, the senior from Georgetown. So grounded foul toward the Baylor dugout, third base side. Baylor's 14-4 on the year. They are 1-1 in Big 12 play. Oklahoma State is 19-3. They are 1-1 in Big 12 play as well. Conference opening series between these two here in Waco. One up high, swinging strike 3, and that is the inning. Couple of strikeouts by Ivy Rosenberry. There's Strand. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Oklahoma State as we move to the second. This is the catcher, Caroline Wong, at the plate. 1 for 6 on the weekend, the senior from Paris, Tennessee. Wong had the lone hit for the Cowgirls yesterday. Shut out on just 1 hit by Riley Crandall, and Wong had that hit for the Cowgirls. 1-1 the count on her here. Pitch by Benford inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Baylor in tight on the corners, actually even with the bag on the corners. It's Vovoda at third, Abby Flores at first. Here's the 2-1. That is just off the plate inside, ball 3. Big game today. The winner today is going to win the series. It's your conference opening series, so really big. And big for both teams. Baylor being at home for the opening weekend. There's ball 4 and a leadoff walk to Wong to start the second inning.
Yeah, that first Big 12 game is just so much excitement about it, but to play it at home too, that's, I I mean, it's just another level in front of your home crowd. I mean, another sellout crowd today. Here at Getterman, we've had about 1,000 people each day for these games. Just such a fun atmosphere.
It's Rosie Davis at the plate, leading hitter for the Cowgirls on the season. .431 batting average. Showed bunt, trying to sacrifice her teammate Wong ahead to second base, but pushed it foul. Rare walk by Aaliyah Benford. 60 strikeouts, 16 walks coming into the game today. In 45 and a third innings. There's a called strike 2 to Rosie Davis.
Offering that bunt and just can't seem to make contact with it.
So 0-2, the pitch skips in, blocked nicely by Callazos. Keeps that ball in front of her. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Rosie Davis, who is 1 for 5 on the weekend series. There's Callazos behind the plate for the Bears. And the pitch fouls it back to stay alive. Davis still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Davis came into the weekend hitting .453. I mean, so even going 1 for 5 the last 2 days, she's only dropped to .431.
Wow. Swinging, strike 3. Davis goes down swinging. Snap throw down to first base. Wong is back safely. That is a big first out here in the second inning. The strikeout by Aaliyah Benford of Rosie Davis. One down, Michaela Wark to the plate, the center fielder for Oklahoma State. Wark 0 for 5 on the weekend here in Waco. First pitch down low, ball 1. So it's grounded back to the circle. Benford will throw to second to get the force on to first. Double play. Bears, who lead the nation in double plays World Series in his tenure, the last 3 in a row. So great success under Kenny Gajewski at Oklahoma State. Here's Baylor's Anna Watson, leads off the second inning. Infield pop, first pitch she sees. Taken in by Rosie Davis. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the second inning. How about this? The last 3 seasons, not including this year, but 21 through 23, 143 wins for Oklahoma State.
Wow.
Now just think about that. Over 3 years, 143 wins, 4th most in the nation, behind in-state rival and Big 12 rival Oklahoma, Florida State, and UCLA. That is a lot of winning.
Well, you know, you said they've been the last 3 years. Really, they've been the last 4 years. There was not a World Series in 2020.
That's a good point. Very good point.
So 2019 was the other year they've made it. So 4 straight of the last 4 years.
It's correct. 2020, the forgotten year, or the year we'd like to forget. Abby Flores at the plate. 0-2 count on her. Abby Flores has been big for the Bears this weekend. 1 for 5 overall with an RBI. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to her.
Well, forcing that RBI on forcing an error, causing that first run to come across Friday night.
Now low ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Flores.
Just some timely hitting. You know, when you got runners in scoring position and runners on base, she knew that she had to get that ground ball to the right side just to move the runners over, which ultimately made things happen and score some runs.
Low ball 3 from 0-2 to 3-2. 353 average for Flores. A full count on her here. 1 down, nobody on. We're in the second inning. Just getting started, scoreless, Baylor and Oklahoma State. Here's the 3-2 from Rosenberry. It is line foul down beyond the Baylor dugout. Still photographer down there ducking to get out of the way. Flores, the sophomore from Beaumont United High School.
A sophomore, but really just making her impact this year. Didn't see a whole lot of her on the field last year, if any. So really just coming in and making an impact on this team. And on a roster of 25, you know, everybody's climbing and clawing for a chance.
Here's the 3-2 from Rosenberry. This one is line foul as well down the left field line. Glenmore casually just ducks out of the way. So we'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Interesting the win streaks that these two programs brought into this weekend, isn't it? Baylor had won 12 straight coming into the weekend opener on Friday. That is ball 4. Flores battles at the plate and draws the 1-out walk. Baylor had won 12 straight before the 4-1 8-inning loss on Friday. Cowgirls won their 13th straight on Friday and had that snapped by Baylor yesterday.
Which, I mean, when you look at it, so it was Baylor had won 12 straight dating back to February 16th, and Oklahoma State had won 12 straight dating back to February 17th. So when you look at their it's a day apart for their streaks to be snapped too.
Casey West hits this one hard, goes off the glove of Talon Edwards at third base. That'll be an error on Edwards, and Baylor has 2 aboard with 1 out here in the second. Another look at it. She was there, just couldn't glove it cleanly. So Baylor has 2 aboard. That'll bring a visit to the circle to visit with Ivy Rosenberry.
It's like Caroline Rowett's coming in to run for Abby Flores.
So Rowett, the runner at second base. Rosenberry gets masked back up. The next batter she'll face is Shannon Vovoda, the Baylor third baseman, 0 for 3 on the weekend. Rowett, the pinch runner for Baylor at second base. 1 down, 2 on for Baylor in the second. Scoreless game, Baylor and Oklahoma State. Baylor number 14 in the nation, Oklahoma State number 7. Pitch to the switch hitting Vovoda is called, strike 1. 281 average on the year. Those 7 RBIs tied for the team lead for Baylor. That is a called strike 2 to her, so she's down on the count. No balls, 2 strikes.
Rosenberry just working both sides of the plate right here. Looks like she's finally finding where the zone is.
Here's the 0-2. Swinging, strike 3. Well, that conference in the circle looks like it paid immediate dividends. 3 pitches and a strikeout for out number 2 here in the second. Vovoda goes down swinging. 2 down, 2 on for the Bears. Presley Pylon, 9-hole hitter to the plate. Chops this one foul off her left leg. Strike 1 to Pylon, who is 1 for 5 on the weekend. Junior from Murrieta, California. 0-1 from Rosenberry. Just misses, ball 1.
We love to see those California Baylor Bears here.
Yeah, that's your path.
That is my path.
California has been good to Baylor.
Baylor's been good to those Californians too.
1-1 into right field. Coming in to make the catch is Lexi McDonald. Boy, that might have led to a run if it had got past in the series since 2019 came yesterday. It has been tough, but well-played series between these two of the top teams, softball teams in the Big 12 Conference. And they have split the first 2 games of the series this year. Rubber match today. Lexi McDonald leads off the 3rd inning. There's that off-speed. McDonald ahead of that to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, just trying to swing at that. I mean, her timing was well there, but just the movement of that ball.
1-1 called strike two, caught the outer part of the plate. McDonald made that catch in right field. It got the Cowgirls out of the bottom of the second inning. Down in the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is called strike three. Again, outer part of the plate, caught McDonald looking. Strikeout number 2 on the day. That's the first out in the third.
Just finding that corner there. Both pitchers trying to establish that strike zone and finding where those corners are.
One down, here's Megan Bloodworth to the plate. Bloodworth, the shortstop for Oklahoma State. First pitch to her is ball 1. Bloodworth 0 for 5 on the weekend. Rounds this one to third. Lavoda in tight, makes the play. Quick throw over to first, and there are 2 down in the third inning.
Well, Baylor not bringing the same defensive lineup at either one of these games, mixing it all up and giving some people a chance, but they've had great defense behind them too.
Behind Aaliyah Benford. With 2 down in the inning, nobody on. Jillian Poulard at the plate. Poulard 300 average on the year. In the designated player spot. And the pitch is a called strike. Hit that outer part of the plate again for a called strike 1.
Talking to Coach Gajewski yesterday, one of the things he talked about, I think he'd be disappointed in his team, is just the at-bats they've had in general. He referred to them as gross yesterday.
Gross.
Just having gross at-bats. And it's, I mean, you got to chalk it up to, you've got some good pitching. It's Big 12 now. It's a different level of competition, but you know, when you expect your team to do what they know to do, and when they're not performing like that, it is pretty frustrating.
Yeah, and again, a team with a 338 batting average coming in, 4th best in the Big 12. Had really struggled to string hits together this weekend. There's a swinging strike 3 by Poulard that noon. Sunglasses a must this afternoon. But a beautiful day, and 60 degrees is what I saw at the start of the game. Not much wind, so Kelly, a lot of folks eager to get out and soak up a little sunshine and see a good matchup today.
We've had a little bit of all the weather this weekend.
It has been, hasn't it? Top of the order for the Bears leading off the third inning. This is Taylor Strain to the plate. The infield single that led off this game. Then retired trying to steal second base. Ivy Rosenberry delivers. That is a called strike 2 to her. Those pitchers have figured out they're getting that outside part of the plate called strike.
Well, you know, kudos to them for making the adjustment.
Sure. 0-2 to Strain. A little bit high on that one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Strain with the first inning hit is 3 for 8 on the weekend. Leadoff spot for Baylor. It's this one into center field. It's carrying well. Wark will play it off the wall. Taylor Strain into second base as the throw back in is high. She put a charge into that one off the wall in straightaway center field.
She swings such a hot bat, like a fast bat, that she can get some distance on that ball. Goes down on that, gets her bat in a good angle, and just gets all of it. I'd venture to say if she hit that anywhere else, that might have gone over the fence. Yeah. She unfortunately hits it to the deepest part of the field.
So runner at second. Bears trying to scratch a run here in the third inning. A scoreless game. Emily Hott to the plate, shows bunt, and pulls it back, and it's up high, ball 1. Hot strikeout victim in the first inning against Ivy Rosenberry, the senior right-hander. That pitch is low. It's ball 2, 2-0 the count. Hit by Strain, the third of the day for the Bears. 2 in the first, weren't able to get a run across, stranded a couple of runners. This one is popped up, a dive. Did she get it? Yes. Edwards coming, Talon Edwards coming in from third, dove for that ball and caught it out of the air on the bunt attempt by Emily Hott.
Well, that's just the difference that she has made all weekend. I mean, great job in the box on Friday night, and then just the solid defense there too.
One down here, Shaylin Govan to the plate for the Bears. Taylor Strain at second base, the leadoff double in the third inning. Our scoreless third inning of play, 14th ranked Baylor and 7th ranked Oklahoma State. Govan takes up high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Govan, one of those hits for Baylor, a sharp single to center back in the first. Gets her average to 444 on the year. Pitch takes, low and inside, ball 3 to Govan. The count. Here's the pitch by Rosenberry. She's taking. That's a called strike 1. Govan originally from Katy, Mayde Creek High School. Went to Stephen F. Austin, not highly recruited out of high school, really. Stephen F. Austin found her way to Baylor and has found a real home here at Baylor. There's ball 4 to Govan. Baylor has 2 aboard with 1 out in the third. Team leading 17th walk on the year by Shaylin Govan. Nobody else is in double digits drawing walks. So you can understand that.
When we talk about, like, a lot of times they will pitch around her, but I mean, it didn't look like they were intentionally pitching around her in that instance. She just has a great eye.
Brings Sydney Callazos to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first inning. First pitch, strike 1. From Ivy Rosenberry. The pitch fouled back. It's no balls, 2 strikes to Callazos. 224 her average as of this plate appearance. Baylor's team batting average is 280. Told you Oklahoma State at 338. Pitch outside, a ball and 2 strikes. And here's the 1-2 to Callazos. Thought about it, didn't chase it out of the strike zone. Evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Baylor really wanting a hit right here, kind of move, at very least move these runners over, but stranded quite a few on base already today.
Chop foul at the plate, third base side by Callazos to stay alive. Yeah, stranded 1 in the first, 2 in the second, so stranded 3 base runners through their first 2 at bats. They've got 2 aboard here with 1 out. Taylor Strain, the leadoff double off the wall in center, remains at second base. This one hit in the air and foul down the first base side. Out of play. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
With the type of offensive production we've seen from both of these teams this weekend, I think those 5 base runners are a plethora of base runners right now.
That's right. 2-2 takes, low, ball 3, didn't miss by much. Rosenberry in the circle for the Cowgirls. Now the 3-2 pitch to Callazos. Reaches out, lifts it into right field. McDonald makes the catch. Tagging, moving from second to third, is the pinch runner, Caroline Rowett. So it does advance the runner to third, but it's out number 2 here in the third inning.
I think that's Taylor Strain.
You're right. Rowett was pinch running the last inning. Thank you.
You're right, you're right.
So Strain at third base. Govan remains at first base. There are 2 down in the third. Anna Watson due up for the Bears.
Talked just about how evenly matched these two teams are, and so something's got to rise above. Is it a mental mistake? Is it a physical mistake? Is it an error? Is it just some good baseball and softball where you're stringing hits together and scoring a run? But I know Baylor tends to add in that speed factor quite a bit too, and just having a little bit of speed on the bases can add so much pressure to a game and really make an impact. You see that speed right there with Taylor Strain just tagging up from a fly ball to right field.
Kenny Gajewski, quick visit to the circle. Ivy Rosenberry will stay in. Carrie Eberly, assistant coach for the Cowgirls. Vanessa Shippey Fletcher, assistant coach as well. Had a great All-America career at Oklahoma State. Here's Anna Watson facing Rosenberry. First pitch fouled out of play down the left field line.
Well, Anna Watson is the one that scored the first run on Friday night and scored the second run yesterday. So she's getting her chance to be in the 1-2 score. Taylor Strain here.
The 1 pitch tried to hold back, but it's a called strike 2. So down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Strain the runner at third, Govan the runner at first for the Bears. 2 down in the third inning, scoreless to this point. Grounds this one, hugs the line, it's a fair ball. Taylor Strain will score from third base. I mean, absolutely right down the line and bounced off the third base bag. That is a fair ball and an infield RBI single by Anna Watson.
Well, and Anna Watson just doing anything to get that outside pitch that's been called consistently the last couple at-bats. Gets a bat on it, and like you said, just hugs the line.
Wow, right off the third base bag. Almost an impossible play for Talon Edwards. I don't know what you do unless you come up and try to field it before it gets to the bag.
If you're not up in front of that bag to field that ball before it hits it, you like you said, there's not much you can do.
So Baylor first run of the day here in the third inning. A 1-0 lead for the Bears over Oklahoma State. 4th hit of the day for the Bears. Leadoff double by Taylor Strain. Fly to right off the bat of Callazos, got her to third, and Watson gets her home with the grounder that absolutely hugs the third base line and bounces off the third base bag.
When from a lefty bat, a lot of times you expect that ball to spin away, and it never does.
Abby Flores to the plate for the Bears. Pinch running at second base. Actually, Callazos is out there at second.
No, Ashton Walkendorf.
Thank you.
Comes in a pinch run.
So Walkendorf at second base. Watson at first. A run home, 2 down. Flores walked her first time up today. The pitch. Down low, it's a ball and a strike. Baylor scores first again today. Interesting stat coming into this series. Oklahoma State had scored first in 20 straight games. Here's a liner into center field. Coming around third, Walkendorf is held at third base. Good throw, then back to third, and she's out. A little too wide, rounding third. She couldn't get back in time. Oklahoma State, great throw in from center field. Then Wong to Edwards at third. As we move to the fourth inning here at Getterman Stadium, pleased to be joined by Baylor head coach Glenn Moore. And Coach, nice to put some of those hits together and get a run last inning.
Yeah, I wish we had been able to get the other one in. As I said, it's hard to read that last play. She made a good throw. We tried to hold her up, let her get too deep, and could have had a big inning. But we'll take one. Girls fighting hard.
Yeah, it's a great game going on right here. He had 2 great games coming the weekend, but I mean, just good luck to you, Coach.
Thanks. I think we're getting better every weekend. Like what we're doing. Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, thanks very much. Glenn Moore, Baylor head coach, visiting with us between innings. As Baylor takes a 1-0 lead on Oklahoma State. 5 hits for the Bears now. This series, that's an explosion of hits, right? Compared to the first 2 games. Top of the order for Oklahoma State. Talon Edwards leads off against Aaliyah Benford. First pitch swinging, strike 1. Edwards popped out. First baseman Abby Flores, her first time up today. Grounds this one to short. Pylon the big hop and the throw. and she's out. First out of the 4th inning. Six to 3. Edwards is retired. 1 down. Here's Claire Tim to the plate. Off-speed pitch floats in there, swinging strike 1 by Tim. Tim 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second, her first time up today. Leah Benford had a walk in the second, got out of that inning with a double play. So she's faced the minimum as Tim bats here with 1 out in the 4th inning. 0-2 pitch, just off the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So that stat we were mentioning, Oklahoma State, 20 straight games in which they scored first in a game. How big is that, to take a lead in 20 straight games? Well, there's a bounding ball into center field. That's the first hit of the day for the Cowgirls. A 1-out single off the bat of Claire Tim.
I think it's probably a bigger stat than you realize. You know, it's not something that you just jumps off the page and it's not something on a line, but it comes down to the mindset of how you attack the game. And so if you're used to being on the aggressor and to score first and to score often and to jump ahead, to have to learn to fight from behind is a completely different mindset. And you need games like this. You need series like this where you're learning to do that so you can go late into the postseason. But I think it's one of those stats that you don't realize how much it does affect the game.
Yeah, I bet the coaches do, right? This one looped into right field by Godwin. Caught by Anna Watson, who was playing fairly shallow, maybe medium depth. Came in to make that catch for out number 2. Had it positioned perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of go back to the whole chicken or the egg. Like, are you bad at bats because you're not used to playing from behind, or are you having these poor at bats that's causing you not to be aggressive and score? But either way, I would venture to say anybody watching on, Oklahoma State's not playing the same type of softball this weekend that they have been.
This is Caroline Wong to the plate. Tim, the runner at first, 2 down in the 4th inning. That is a called strike 2. It's no balls, 2 strikes to Wong, the home run leader for the Cowgirls with 6 on the year. She's got 16 RBIs as well. Down in the count here, 0-2. Aaliyah Benford delivers up high, ball 1. Benford pitching very well for the Bears here in the 4th inning. Baylor up 1-0 on Oklahoma State. Hard grounder foul wide of third. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Wong. Walked her first time up today. Pitch by Benford. Long stays alive, fouls it back. Oklahoma State in the pinstripe, black uniforms, orange pinstripes.
And Baylor in the gold for Go Gold weekend.
It is Go Gold, isn't it? There's a lot of gold in the ballpark. There's a swinging strike 3. Wong goes down swinging. That is the inning. Cowgirls back with us as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Pleased to be joined by Kenny Gajewski, the head coach for Oklahoma State. And Coach, what a weekend. 2 premier teams in the league, in the nation, and 3 really good games so far.
Yeah, this is good softball here. The pitching has just been awesome on both ends, and it's a grind. The hits are tough to come by. I think most of the hits have been on this dirt. There haven't been a lot of balls hit except for their double there that have really been drove. So it's just been a tough weekend for both teams.
Yeah, 2 evenly matched teams. You guys both are playing well, and especially in the circle. And what do you tell your team here, kind of get them back on track?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like we're far off track. We just got to string a couple hits together here.
Yeah.
But they're doing a nice job. Their staff's prepared and calling a great game, and they're executing the plan. And we just got to put more balls and play hard. So that's the bottom line here.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go. Thanks very much. Kenny Gajewski, the 9th-year head coach for Oklahoma State. And a pitching change for the Cowgirls, Kelly, as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning.
So coming back in, bringing Lexi Kilfoyle in from Friday night. She had a great outing Friday night against this Baylor team. The transfer from Alabama.
6'2" senior, complete game win on Friday. Went all 8 innings. Run a record to 8-2 with the victory. Gave up 4 hits, only the 1 run. 8-2 on the year, as we mentioned, a 0.70 ERA for Lexi Kilfoyle.
And 6 of those strikeouts coming Friday night against Baylor.
Right-hander delivers, misses. It's a ball and a strike. Casey West leading off this 4th inning for Baylor, leading 1-0 over Oklahoma State. West reached on an error her first time up today. Error on the 3rd baseman, Talon Edwards. Fouls this one back. It's ball and 2 strikes. West officially 0 for 2 on the weekend, including reaching on that error in the 2nd inning. Did have an RBI. The pitch, swinging. Strike 3. Kilfoyle, her first batter she faces. She strikes out Casey West.
Just an easy outside, inside, and then outside again pattern that just keeps them off balance. She throws hard. I mean, I think that pitch was clocked in at 68, 69 miles an hour. So it's nothing that they hadn't seen all weekend, though.
Brings up Baylor's 3rd baseman, Shannon Vovoda. First pitch, strike 1. I think Coach Gajewski's absolutely right. He said they're not far off. They just need to string some hits together.
It's like I said, they're 2 very evenly matched teams. It's just one little thing that's off between all of them. And Friday night ended up going 8 innings. Baylor lost, but bouncing back yesterday where Oklahoma State lost. And it's just, they're sharing the power here.
1-1 the count on Vovoda. Struck out her first time up. Her first time to face Lexi Kilfoyle today. Grounds this one left side. Bloodworth up throwing, close play, but gets her at first base. 2 down in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Presley Pylon, the Baylor shortstop. Lined out to right field to end that 2nd inning. Remember, Lexi McDonald coming in to make that catch from right that ended the 2nd inning. Stranded a couple of base runners there. First pitch, strike 1 from Kilfoyle to Pylon. Guilfoyle's 14th appearance on the year. 7 have been starts, 7 in relief. 4 complete games, including the one on Friday night. 1 save to go with an 8-2 record. 50 1/3 innings coming in. 44 strikeouts, only 9 walks by Guilfoyle. Add a strikeout to that here in the 4th inning. There's strike 2 to Pylon.
I think she came in Friday night, and the streak still may be going on. She has not had an earned run in the 30 innings.
Wow.
I think the run that was scored Friday night for Baylor was an unearned run off of an error.
Grounder to second. Rosie Davis takes care of it. Guilfoyle retires the Bears in order in the 4th. On to the 5th inning. In that order, Baylor picked 4th in the preseason poll, just 3 points behind. So that preseason predictions playing out exactly like this weekend has played out between these two.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the 3rd very close game on the weekend.
You just look at all of that competition in the Big 12 and scores from across the Big 12 that we've seen. Like, it's some good stuff going on this weekend.
Leah Benford in the circle for the Bears. She'll face Rosie Davis, Michaela Wark, Lexi McDonald. First 3 scheduled hitters for Oklahoma State in the 5th. Pitch misses high. It's 2 balls and a strike to Rosie Davis. Leading hitter on the year for the Cowgirls. Average now at .424 with that 2nd inning strikeout. She's 1 for 6 against Baylor pitching this weekend. It's line foul down the right field line. Anna Watson will chase it down in that right field corner.
You got her.
It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Rosie Davis. Benford delivers. This is inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Benford seems very, very fluid in the circle. Doesn't seem to be laboring much at all.
No. She's throwing both of her pitches with ease. Not all of her pitches, but
that is ball 4. A bit of confusion on the call. But it is ball 4 and a leadoff base runner in Rosie Davis for the Cowgirls here in the 5th.
we have a whole lot of umpires here tonight.
What are you saying? Michaela Wark to the plate for the Cowgirls. We were given the fact Christina Drum, home plate umpire. I don't think that's right. Correct? We'll double check.
Yeah.
First pitch, ball 1 to Wark. Second one misses inside, ball 2.
I don't know. There sounds like there's some fans here that could probably step in and want to get behind the plate too.
2-0 pitch from Benford. Grounded foul wide of third base. Working into an inning-ending double play in the 2nd inning. Cowgirls lead off walk to Davis. They've only got 1 hit on the day, and that's only their 3rd base runner also. Check swing, did not go around. Appeal down to first base. So it's 3 balls, 1 strike to Michaela Wark. "3-1" is a called strike 2. Wark taking.
And Benford just doing a great job of throwing that same exact pitch, just a little bit higher.
Rosie Davis at first base. 2 for 2 in stolen bases this year. Here's the 3-2, swinging strike three. Runner is going, and oh, she's safe at second base. Really close play at second base. Baylor asked for a review on this one, but the strike out of the plate of Wark is the first out of the inning. And Moore will ask for a review, a replay of that play at second base.
That's a tough throw for Kayazos to make with a swinging Wark. Goes down right in front of her. She does pop up and still makes that throw. Throw beats her, whether that tag was laid on her in time or not.
Really close play.
Talk about a bang bang play right there.
Pylon, if you judge by her reaction, she jumps up and immediately, cups her ears like asks for a replay.
She knows she put the tag on it.
There's Sydney Kayazos. Did make a great throw right on the bag, so they'll review it. Christina Drum, our home plate umpire, stays out there having a conversation with the Baylor infielders as Rosie Davis stands at second base.
That's another look at it. Throws there. Pylon does a great job of getting that one hop. And you talk about a bang bang play.
Right. So if it stands, Davis will be at second base with one down with the stolen base. If it's overturned, it would be bases clear and two down. Aaliyah Benford getting some warm-up tosses while the review is taking place.
Do you count that as another double play for Baylor?
If it's a strike him out, throw him out?
Yeah, if it's overturned.
I think, yes. I think technically that does count as a double play. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, it's a 2 outs and 1 play.
That's
so
right.
Is that not the definition of a double play?
What's the definition of a double play? Glenn Moore waits in the dugout. Sydney Kayazos, the great throw from the catcher position. Here come the umpires. She is, out at second base. Wow. Call is overturned. High fives for Kayazos. How about that? Great use of the replay. And it is a strike him out, throw him out, and the bases are clear for the Cowgirls in the 5th inning.
Well, you said it, John. Like, Presley Pylon made that call right away. She knew where she put that tag on.
So 2 down, bases clear. Lexi McDonald to the plate. Give a shout out to our camera crew for providing really good shots for those umpires to look at. It's the only way you can overturn something like that, is if you have a really good view of it. McDonald swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Benford energized after the call reversal and the base is cleared. McDonald called out on strikes in the 3rd inning. Down in the count here, no balls, 2 strikes. Misses outside. Crowd is energized after that call also. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McDonald. 2 down. Pitch. Off-speed pitch, swinging strike 3. Strikeout number 6 on the day by Aaliyah Benford. We go to the bottom here, and the kids and the little girls that are here, they look up to these softball players.
Yeah, I mean, we had Lisa Ferguson in the booth yesterday, and her daughter is starting to play softball, and her team was here yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And so she talked really about it, just being a coach now and a mom and a former player, and so just how much the kids just love it, the excitement, the hits, and just watching a different level of play.
Taylor Strain leads off the 5th inning for the Bears. 2 for 2 on the day is Strain, an infield single in the 1st, a ringing double off the wall in center field in the 3rd. Came around to score, the only run of the day so far for the Bears. Joe's bunt pulls it back, called strike 1 to Strain. Is her batting average up to .392 with the 2-for-2 day. Double her team-leading 5th on the season back in the 3rd inning. Loops this one foul, out of play down the left field line. 1 run on 5 hits, no errors for the Bears, no runs on 1 hit and 1 error for Oklahoma State. Lexi Kilfoyle in the circle for the Cowgirls, came on to start the 4th inning in relief of Ivy Rosenberry. Pitch outside, it's a full count to Taylor Strain.
Well, the top of the last inning, you immediately saw the shift in at bats that Baylor had with the changing of Kilfoyle.
3-2. And loops it foul down the left field line. Chased down by Claire Tim out there in left. You know, the double for Taylor Strain, Baylor's only extra base hit today. Extra base hits have been very few and far between this weekend, really, for both teams, right?
It really has. I mean, you get a 2-run homer in the 8th inning for Oklahoma State, and then not a whole lot, like you said, over the weekend, which is really an anomaly for Oklahoma State. I mean, they've had an extra base hit in every single game this season except for 1. And then now you take away the home run in the 8th inning, 7 innings Friday night, another 7 innings yesterday, and then into today. These Baylor pitchers have really done a great job of shutting down their offense.
Shows the pop of the bat for those Cowgirls that Baylor's really, for the most part, shut down. Grounded to shortstop. Bloodworth will throw her out at first base. Close play there, 6-3. Strain is retired for the first time in 3 at-bats today. That's out number 1 in the 5th inning.
Well, that's a big out, too. When you look at just how much production Taylor Strain has brought to the game, it's a big out. You need that out if you're Oklahoma State.
Emily Hott lifts this one in the air, first base side, taken by Carly Godwin, the first baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out there for out number 2 in the 5th. So here is Shaylin Govan to the plate. Crowd loves Shaylin Govan. Singled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd.
Who doesn't love Shaylin Govan? Come on.
Officially 1 for 1 with the walk on the day. That's here with 2 outs and nobody on. Talk about Big 12 softball. How about this matchup? Lexi Kilfoyle versus Shaylin Govan. It's a pretty good one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Kilfoyle delivers. That one is upper part of the strike zone for a called strike 1. One count on Govan. 2 down, nobody on. Pitch inside, misses. Ball 2. Two balls and a strike. Here's the pitch by Kilfoyle. That is called strike 2. It is Christina Drum behind the plate. We've confirmed that. Dustin Douglas down at first. Keith Kearney at 3rd base. It's our umpiring assignments today. Van in the air to right field. It's carrying well. It's out of here. Shaylin Govan. Home run to right. Home run number 2 on the season. And Baylor ups their lead to 2-0 on Oklahoma State.
That is exactly what she's been wanting for a while. She's been patient at the plate. She's found good hits that have found the gaps, but she's been waiting for that one right there. A little timing, and she just takes that outside pitch where it floats over the fence.
What power going the opposite way. Just carries out of here.
What just goes to show you how much it was just her hands.
Yeah.
I mean, she was ahead of that ball. That ball's on the way outside portion of the plate, and she does just enough to throw her hands at that ball. And the speed of Kilfoyle's pitch is what takes it over the fence.
So Baylor's lead now 2-0 over Oklahoma State. A 2-out solo home run in the 5th inning off the bat of Shaylin Govan. Only the 2nd home run all season allowed by Lexi Kilfoyle in 52 innings. Here's Sydney Callazos to the plate. 2-0 Baylor lead, same score by which the Bears won Game 2 of this series yesterday. It's 4-1 Oklahoma State in 8 innings on Friday night. Pitch fouled, it's a ball and a strike to Callazos, who's 0 for 2 today.
You don't get to see very many home runs that get in the stadium.
That's true.
Now we've seen one from both sides.
That's right. Pitch inside, ball 2. Low and inside to Callazos, 2-1. Baylor catcher who made a big play defensively last half inning, throwing out a would-be base stealer. Here's the 2-1. Right down Main Street, called strike 2.
For as much as you've seen softball too, I'd venture to say you don't see the strike them out, throw them out as much as you see the home run. The home run's a bit more prevalent.
Yeah,
so I mean, to me, like
right.
That's pretty impressive.
One hopper back to the circle. Kilfoyle throws on to Godwin at first base, and that is. So Benford, a terrific outing to this point in the game. Her 11th appearance on the year, her 7th start. She's got a 5-3 record, 2.63 ERA. Facing one of the top teams in this league and in the nation in Oklahoma State. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Cowgirls in the 6th inning. I'm sorry, it's a pinch hitter coming up for the Cowgirls. This is Macy Graff. Pinch hitting for the Cowgirls. Macy Graff, a sophomore from Aledo, Texas. Transfer from Mississippi State. Graff batting for Megan Bloodworth, shortstop. It's a 3-0 count on Graff. Graff 182 average coming into this at bat. It's outside, ball 4. So pinch hitter walks on 4 pitches. Cowgirls have their leadoff hitter aboard in the 6th inning. Here is Jillian Poulard to the plate. Designated player, struck out in the 3rd. Her only previous appearance. Bunts it, deadens it in front of the plate. Baylor won't have a play. Poulard, a perfect bunt right out in front of the plate, really killed it. And the Cowgirls have their first 2 aboard with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Well, you could not have a more perfect bunt than that right there. I mean, complete, like you said, John, kills that ball to where there's no play that can be made.
So 2 aboard. Kenny Gajewski walks across the field. I think they're checking on Poulard at first base.
I was watching to see if she hit first base wrong or
Yeah.
if it's an old injury that's just aggravated right now.
She was legging it out for sure to beat that out. She's going to go into the dugout, looks like. Tell she pulled something or what it is exactly. Don't want to speculate. But we'll have a pinch runner on for Poulard at first base. That is Hayden Sokolowski will pinch run at first base. The sophomore out of Flower Mound, Marcus. Sokolowski, pinch runner at first. And the Cowgirls have something going here. 2 aboard, nobody out in the 6th inning. Benford delivers to Talon Edwards, leadoff hitter, and this one's fouled out of play. First time today the Cowgirls have had more than one base runner on at the same time. Edwards tries to bunt, pushes it foul at the first baseline. Talon, a 2023 D1 softball freshman All-American.
That's who you want in the box right there.
Let's say.
And especially after a performance Friday night and just defensively what she's done today too.
358 her average as of this plate appearance. 0-2 pitch. It gets away from Callazos behind the plate, and both base runners move up. So now the Cowgirls with 2 in scoring position with nobody out. That'll get Glenn Moore to the circle to talk to Aaliyah Benford.
Well, you got to mention the amount of
But ended up being a base hit.
Well, and done so in that quick bunt fashion too, where it left the corners on their toe or on their heels.
Edwards takes off speed pitch up high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to her.
Baylor pulls their defense in to make the play at the plate.
Raff, the runner at third. This one is grounded first base side. They're coming home. The throw. She's safe at home plate. Well, I thought she got her with that swipe tag, but ruled safe by Christina Drum. First run of the day for the Cowgirls. It's a 2-1 game.
Well, you have your defense set up just for that right there, and Abby Flores fields that ball cleanly, but almost has to look to see if the runner's going instead of just that instinct of knowing that they're running in.
Yeah, good call. Got her left hand in there. So the Cowgirls have their first run of the day. Tying run at third base. Here's Claire Tim to the plate. Pitch in, and Callazos runs Sokolowski back to the bag at third.
It's like a little squeeze attempt right there, but balding it down, but nobody's at third.
Grounder to short, runners coming, throw to the plate. She is out at home plate. Throw on the money from Presley Pylon to Sydney Callazos. Now Kenny Gajewski, see if he may challenge this.
He's thinking there's an obstruction. That was his question, not necessarily the... I think the tag was applied cleanly and the tag was there, but whether Callazos gave her an attempt to get to the base. Comes up in front of the plate right there.
Yeah, and they will review that. So you think that's what they're looking at, potential obstruction at home plate?
Yeah, it looks like Coach Gajewski kind of gave that call off to as he's walking up, questioning that. So I don't know the ruling and the placement well enough to speak to that, but
Callazos has been involved in some really big plays in this game today, and here's another one. So if it stands, there is 1 out. That's just the first out of the inning. The runner at first. If it's overturned, we are tied at 2. And still no outs in the inning. Run has not been put up on the board because the initial call was out. So 2-1 Baylor. At this point, as Kenny Gajewski waits at third base. Our second review of the day.
well, Pylon just doing a great job of fielding that ball cleanly and knowing, hey, they're running on motion, and so I've got to make that play at home. She gives a perfect throw to the plate. And whether that is enough access to the base, I'm not quite sure.
And no hesitation by Pylon to make that throw home. Here's another look at it. So you see Callazos. You could say a step in front of the plate there.
She's not, to me, she's not blocking the, she's in front of home plate. She's not blocking the base, but Sokoloski comes right in to the plate right there and goes right over her foot.
So Callazos waits. Wait for the officials, referee, umpires. What sport is this? Umpires to come back out, and the call stands, so out at home plate.
And that's just a big out right there. I mean, how important is that run, that tying run right there? And then now you've got another out, and runners go all the way back at first base for the leading team in double plays. It's like they're going to put a pinch runner in over at first too.
All right, Cowgirls do have just one out. That's just the first out in the inning. A run home. It's 2-1 Baylor. Edwards moves on to third on that play. Claire Tim on the fielder's choice at first, but a pinch runner is Taylor Anderson. Anderson running at first base. So one down, still a serious threat for the Cowgirls in a one-run game. Potential tying run at third. Pitches in, shows bunt, throw to third, and they got her at third base. Sydney Callazos does it again. She throws out Edwards, who broke a little too far off third base and is gunned down off the third base bag.
Squeeze attempt again, didn't get the bunt down, and Callazos pile on this time at third base to say, hey, that's not going to happen again.
Two down in the inning now. There's a grounder to third. The throw on the mark from Voivoda, and that is the inning. Here comes Baylor, batting in the bottom of the sixth inning, leading 2-1. Facing Lexi Kilfoyle is Anna Watson, 1 for 2 on the day. What a crazy top of the sixth that was. Cowgirls' first two on base. Did get one run, had another thrown out at home plate, another strayed too far off third base. Cowgirls had some chances to tie it or take the lead in that sixth inning.
Love it when you get to see just about everything. I mean, you don't see caught stealing, you don't see, caught squeeze. Like, there's a double play, an unconventional double play.
Watson grounds out to short, first out here in the sixth inning. One down for the Bears in the sixth. Look ahead to the seventh inning. It'll be the heart of the order for the Cowgirls. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up when they come to bat. Right now trailing by a run, 2-1. Here is Abby Flores, who has had a very productive day and really a very productive weekend, hasn't she?
She really has. I mean, just getting the ball in play makes all the difference sometimes.
1 for 1 with a walk today for Flores.
She forced the error Friday night, scoring the first run. Put the ball in play again yesterday. That fielder's choice scored the first run yesterday. And so she's getting a chance in the lineup, and she's taking full advantage of it.
And at first base today with Shaylin Govan in the designated player role. They appeal that pitch. It is high. It's 2 balls and a strike to Flores. A walk in the second, a single to center in the third. It's fouled into the seats down the left field line.
One thing Baylor's just always been really good at, you've seen a lot, is just the diversity of their lineup, but the depth of their lineup too. And so when you have an Abby Flores who's making a difference in the box, like, give her a chance to play some first base and build that skill up too, because you never know what happens to Shaylin Govan. Eventually she's going to graduate, of all the things, and so you got to build up the depth behind her too.
Well, if you got Flores who's contributing at the plate, it's a way to get both their bats in the lineup.
Yeah.
You're not going to take Shaylin Govan's bat out of the lineup, but this gets Flores in there as well. Loops this one into left field. That's a base hit. Just like we were talking about, Flores 2 for 2 with a walk on the day. She's got 2 of Baylor's 7 hits on the afternoon. 1 out base runner for the Bears. Here is Casey West to the plate.
Sometimes you just have to play the game to the percentages. Who's swinging the best and who's on fire right now and who's hot. And clearly that's Abby Flores.
Grounder to short to second for 1. The relay off the glove of the first baseman. So they get the force at second base, but not the double play. That'll retire Flores. And West aboard at first. Shannon Vovoda to bat, 0 for 2 on the day. She'll hit with 2 outs, 1 on for Baylor, leading 2-1 in the 6th inning. Pitch by Kilfoyle. Outer part of the plate, strike 1. Lexi Kilfoyle delivers. That is away. It's a ball and a strike to Vovoda.
I don't think that one's going to catch the outside corner.
Not that one.
She has gotten it a few times today.
Infield playing back with 2 down. Here's the 1-1. High in the air, first base side will bounce off the net. Not playable over there by Carly Godwin. Vovoda back to the plate with a 1-2 count on her. Vovoda at .265 her average on the year. Next up for the Bears, they'll host a doubleheader against Lamar on Tuesday. This one's line foul out of play. And then they'll go to Kansas. They'll be in Lawrence to play the Jayhawks, a 3-game series next weekend. At Oklahoma the following weekend.
And Oklahoma State getting a chance to play at home for their Big 12 home opener next weekend.
They say they are ready to play some home games in Stillwater. This one's grounded foul. Cowgirls will host Central Arkansas on Tuesday. Not Wednesday, and then host UCF, a 3-game series. First matchup with UCF as Big 12 opponents comes up next weekend.
I love to see the addition of them and Houston and BYU to this softball rotation.
1-2 pitch, grounded wide of first. Vovoda staying alive. Boy, how about the softball history about those schools that are coming in next year? Arizona State, Utah, and Colorado. There's a swinging strike 3, and that is the inning. Kilfoyle finally gets Vovoda with the Cowgirls in the 7th, facing Aaliyah Benford, who is pitching well for the Bears again today. And the first pitch to Wong is called strike 1. Caroline Wong 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. It's nub foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes to the Oklahoma State catcher.
One of those somewhat rare Benford walks. Although seeing 2 of them tonight.
Just 2 today. There are 3 actually. And let me correct what I said about the new members of the Big 12 next year. Colorado will be coming into the Big 12, coming back, but they don't have softball. So it'll be Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah softball-wise coming into the Big 12. It's just off the plate, ball 1.
When you're looking at right now a Big 12, well, last year a Big 12 with eight softball teams. And so just adding UCF, Houston, and BYU alone brings so much more competition and actual games to the lineup. And then you think about adding, like you said, the softball history of those teams coming in. It's fun and exciting for softball.
2-2 pitch hit down the left field line. That is a base hit, maybe extra bases. Hott chases it down in the corner, gets it back in. But a leadoff double by Caroline Wong in the 7th inning. And the Cowgirls have the tying run at second base with nobody out.
Well, if you're Oklahoma State and you're fighting, that's exactly how you want to start off this inning right here. Great piece of hitting, just fully extended, getting that ball, probably hitting that ball, not where you should hit it, but she's able to get the timing on that and hit it for a double. Just the second extra base hit we've seen from Oklahoma State this weekend.
Good point. Pinch runner is Scotland David at second base. Potential tying run in the 7th inning. Leah Benford goes to work on Rosie Davis. Leading hitter for the Cowgirls on the year. Her average at .424. Fires it in. Swing and a miss. Actually tipped it foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Rosie Davis, just a freshman wanting to, putting up huge numbers and, man, fighting right now in the box. Wanting to add to her RBI column.
She's 0 for 1 with a walk today. The pitch, grounded first base side. That'll advance the runner to third. Flores 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning, but Oklahoma State has the tying run now at third base with 1 down. Michaela Wark to the plate. Wark to second base. It's gloved. They'll get the out, but that'll get the run home. Scotland David crosses the plate. The infield ground out by Wark scores the pinch runner David, and we are tied at 2 in the 7th inning.
Well, when you can't do it the conventional way, you just put the ball in play and make things happen. You move your runner over, and it helps to start off with the leadoff double, but you move your runner over just to get that run across.
There's Lexi McDonald lays down a beauty of a bunt out in front of the plate. Vovoda does what she can, but McDonald beats it out at first base. So that was a pinch hitter for the Cowgirls. My apologies. Tia Warsop with the bunt single. She's aboard at first base. Megan Bloodworth re-entering the lineup. First pitch, strike 1 to her. Warsop moves on to second base.
So Coach Moore is asking for a review here. The only thing I can think about is, did she leave early from first base? There's a lot going on with that bunt attempt and then a straight steal into second.
So another review with Bloodworth at the plate. 2 down in the inning, but a run across for the Cowgirls here in the 7th. Cowgirls with a run in the 6th and a run in the 7th to tie it. Still going here in the 7th inning. Waiting the results of the review. Kenny Gajewski visiting with Keith Kearney over there at third base.
Actually looks like they may be challenging whether that's a batter interference.
Oh.
Batter did put the bunt attempt out there, but it gave no chance for Koyazos to make a play. If you're looking right there at the leaving early, batter has to, or the runner has to have contact with the base until the ball releases from the pitcher's hand. It's like it can't get any closer than that.
That's really close.
But if they are looking at the batter interference right there, whether she interfered on the play in the attempt to make that play down at second.
All right, Baylor infield waits on the results of the review. 2-2, top of the 7th inning. Baylor and Oklahoma State. Glenn Moore waits in the Baylor dugout. Umpires are coming back out. And the reaction of the Oklahoma State fans will tell you that call's going to stand.
Was a safe call. And she did attempt at that ball, so we are here with 1 strike.
Force off the runner at second base. Swinging strike 2 now on Bloodworth. Bloodworth, the junior from Cordell, Georgia, transfer from Alabama. 0-2 from Benford, lined into right field. Runners rounding third, coming home. Here's the play at the plate. She is safe at the plate. RBI single off the bat of Megan Bloodworth. 2 runs in the 7th inning by the Cowgirls, and they have their first lead of the day, 3-2.
You can't expect a better hit than that, especially with 2 strikes. Goes for that outspeed, that outside off speed, and just gets all of it. Even with the charging attempt, is that Taylor Strain out there? And then coming up throwing, just cannot get that play at the plate.
So here now is Hayden Sokolowski in that designated player role. Pitch skips in front of the plate past Callazos. Bloodworth moves on to second base.
It's like that possibly was a hit and run. The ball bounced in front of the plate. Sokolowski definitely swung on that one.
0-2 pitch, grounded left side. Pylon will throw her out at first base, and that's the inning. But the Cowgirls now in a position to get a win for the Cowgirls. Oklahoma State 2 on the board, top of the 7th inning. They now lead Baylor 3-2. Bears will have 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now trying to come from behind and win this game. The winner today wins the series 2-1.
Well, the appearance of Kilfoyle has made all the difference in the game. That's a clear momentum shift right there. And you just saw the difference in the at-bats from Baylor to even the at-bats Oklahoma State had, knowing they have to come back and fight. Cowgirls scored 4, getting 4 hits, and on top of that inning scoring 2 runs. But, I mean, since her appearance, they've scored all 3 runs at that point. Most of their hits have come from then.
This is Presley Pylon, who leads off the bottom of the 7th for the Bears. Outer part of the plate called strike 2, down on the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
You just see the confidence shift from the attack Baylor had it against Rosenberry to now just being shut down right here.
Grounder left side, slow roller, close play, got her at first base. Really a close play. Bloodworth to Godwin to retire Pylon, first out in the 7th. One down to the top of the order, and Taylor Strain for the Bears. Strain had that double off the wall in center field. One of 2 hits on the day for the leadoff hitter. She's 2 for 3. This one grounder. And Bloodworth, her second assist in the inning, throws out Strain. Baylor down to their final out in the bottom of the 7th. Bloodworth ranging toward the second base bag to make that pickup. And the throw, and here is Emily Hott to the plate. 2 down, nobody on. Baylor trailing by a run in the bottom of the 7th. Kilfoyle delivers a called strike 1. Hott 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch. Looked outside, but called strike 2.
She's just been living on that outside corner, and she knows she's getting that call.
Up in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Kilfoyle delivers. Swinging strike 3, and that is the ball game. A late inning comeback by the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. They win today 3-2 over the Bears. They take the series